So I've got some interesting things here. I've got some miniatures, some Mace Face miniatures from Hornblower. You can get these through Northstar Military Figures. I have Scavengers 1 and Scavengers 2, and I also picked up the Winter Zombies. They're new figures recently out, and as I say, you can get them from Northstar Military Figures. Now, on the packaging, it says 15mm, but they're actually bigger than 15mm. They're good for Gasland scale. I think it's probably because Hornblower generally do make 15mm, but these are definitely within the 20mm Gaslands scale. 5 miniatures there in the pack. So first guy out of the pack, we've got a scavenger here with a gas mask pointing, an axe in one hand. He's got a grenade tucked under his arm, and he's got an automatic weapon on his back. Very cool. Next one looks like a female character wearing a baseball cap, gas mask on the belt at the back, holding an automatic weapon. Yep, very nice. We've got another gas masked figure, dynamic pose with this one, automatic weapon, gas mask, and some kind of cape. This one's got a pump action shotgun, gas mask also, with the pipe attaching to some kind of canister or filter on the belt. And the last one in the pack got a ponytailed character with some sort of respirator on the face, big old machete, and a pistol. As I say, I think they're pretty good for Gasland scale, so let's check them up against a Hot Wheels here. See, this is a 4x4, so the suspension is a bit elevated, but yeah, look, that's pretty good for scale, isn't it? That works. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It worked very well in game. Brilliant. So that was Scavengers 1. Time now to take a look, I guess, at Scavengers 2. 5 more figures. Let's have a look and see what we've got. A long-haired character throwing a Molotov cocktail. We've got a hooded character here with a face covering with a big old stabby knife. Another Molotov with some kind of respirator on the face and holding a big pistol, Magnum or something. Submachine gun, baseball cap, gas mask. Yeah, very nice. And this one's got a very elegant and sophisticated weapon, which is a baseball bat with nails bashed through it. Very nice. They're all metal miniatures, so those of you of a certain generation like me will be familiar with metal miniatures, because at one stage that's all we could get. They're very clean, the detail's quite crisp. I guess they're fresh molds, very slight mold lines for cleaning up, very slight bits of flash, but really nothing that's going to cause you a problem at all. They are nice, clean, crisp looking models. So that's the Scavengers. Let's have a look now at the Winter Zombies. Get 5 in a pack, as before. They're all very cute. Look, we've got nailed club, we've got a hatchet. This one's got a bobble hat on, no weapons. Well, they are Winter Zombies, I guess. Kind of cute, and a parka. Another woolly hat. Yep, definitely Winter Zombies. Don't want your zombies catching cold. And yeah, look, a nice fur-lined parka and a massive lump of wood. So 5 cute little zombies there as well. Yeah, they're nice. I like them. Yeah, they'll work well for Gaslands, I think. Very nice. So I think I'm going to paint these 2 up so we can see what they look like detail-wise with some paint on them. A little bit of clean-up required, but as I said before, really no issues whatsoever. Nice, crisp, clean castings. Just a little bit of a mold line scrape. Just the odd little bit to pick off, but yeah, they're fine. Nothing to worry about. So let's get them painted and see how they come out. Yeah, I'm going to speed paint the pair of them. I've primed them both black. This one is still black at the moment. This one I've dry brushed with white, which is a technique I've used for years. And you're probably going to say, oh, but that's just slap chop. Well, it is, I guess, but I was doing this technique as far back as 2009, I think. So it's been around for a lot longer than the phrase slap chop has. But I'm just going to get this one dry brushed. The idea being just to get a nice base that the speed paints can work on, yet retaining the darkness of the shadows in the recesses, which, yeah, is slap chop. But as I say, it was going around amongst miniature war games painters years ago. Just finishing off with an extra little bit of dry brush around sort of the head and face area just to make it very slightly brighter. So I'm going to be using Army Painter Speed Paint on both these figures, which are going to be painting at the same time, just seeing how quickly I can get a couple of figures knocked out, hopefully to a half decent standard. By doing the prep work with the black primer and the white dry brush, you're effectively turning your miniature into almost like a colouring book. You got areas of white with black in between. So with speed paint, you just paint the areas, trying to keep it into just the areas you're painting. And with Army Painter Speed Paint, it's quite easy because they, although they're liquid, they almost feel like a gel. They kind of stay where you put them. And as ever, the advice I give for these things is be brave with them. Use enough for the speed paint to actually work. You want it running into recesses and pulling back away from the high points. And to do that, you don't want to just tickle the paint on. You definitely want to be using enough, but obviously not flooding your miniature. The advice is kind of really paint like a 5-year-old, but a careful 5-year-old, I suppose. They are similar to contrast paints, I guess, in effect. It's just that I find the speed paints are more consistent across the range. The performance is the same, really, regardless of what colour you're using. Whereas I have found with contrast, you really need to know what colour you're using to know how it's going to perform. But anyway, enough of my yapping. Here's the two finished figures. Let's get them on the turntable and have a closer look at them. In conclusion, I like these figures. I think they're nice. The detail's good. The poses are good. The design is good. Yeah, Northstar Military Figures. Nice range of miniatures here. I do know that there's some drivers and passengers due to be released at some point in the not too distant future, so they'll be potentially exciting. But yeah, 55 minutes painting start to finish. I don't think the results are too bad, are they? But hey, that's the beauty of speed paints from Army Painter. I'm now going to do that YouTube thing and say, please do consider liking, subscribing, commenting, because they're all the things that the algorithm likes. And as you know, it's all about keeping the algorithm happy, isn't it? Well, and you, the viewers, I guess, as well. It'd be nice if we keep the viewers happy too. But for now, good people, that's it. All done. Bye for now. And we will see you next time.